Hello everyone, welcome to Environment and Ecology series with Dr. Vivek Rana. Hope you are doing well. Topic for today's discussion is from Environment Summits. We'll be focusing on COP26 Glasgow. We all know the much awaited Environment Summit is underway and all eyes are whether countries would translate their pledges into action. So we'll be focusing on India's pledges at COP26. So the much anticipated announcement regarding net zero has finally been made. India has committed itself to net zero emission targets by 2070. Quite fair and you could say ambitious target to start with. It would take a lot of implementation and a vision to realize this ambition target. And globally, this has been welcomed by the developed world. So, how India plans to achieve this net zero emissions 27 target by 2017? So, first and foremost is we will have to scale up our renewable energy capacity. India is already investing a lot in renewable energy, and we have seen at the Paris Agreement we had made a commitment that we will achieve renewable energy target of 175 gigawatt by 2022. Now the target has been revised. India would aim to achieve this renewable target of 500 gigawatts by 2030. So in a way we can say India is now planning to increase the share of renewable energy from the current you could say 20% plus to almost 50%. So in a way would be substantially reducing our thermal power, or you could say the coal fired emissions which we are currently looking for our energy solutions. So it's quite a bold move, and from examination point of view you need to understand at Paris Agreement we had committed to reducing emission intensity by 33 to 35% by 2030. Now this was part of our India's nationally determined contribution which we call NDCs. Now the NDCs have been further enhanced because in the current summit a lot of hopes were high that India would revise its target, so it has finally revised it. So now India's new INDC target is to you can say reduce emission intensity per unit of GDP by 45%. So that's another you could say it's a high ambitious goal which needs to be attained with lot of you could say pooling resources. So India has already made it clear that it will require the operational of the you could say the Green Climate Fund, which is aiming to mobilize funds for these transition technologies, and India is hoping that almost $1 trillion are translated. Only then it would be able to translate these commitments into action. So make sure you are clear about the carbon emission intensity target, what is going to be share of renewable energy, what are the net zero that we have already decoded in one of our videos. You can go through it if you have missed it, because net zero and gross zero are two different terms. Gross zero means to reduce, no longer you are any countries making an emission, which is theoretically at this point of time not possible practically as well. Net zero is a more realistic target in which a country which is making emissions need to balance it with the you could say carbon sinks. So whatever emission it's making, it should be in position to capture it through the means of the afforestation drive. In other words, if you are not in position to capture it, then you should switch to renewable energy, because that has been the main ploy. It's a lot better to offset emissions rather than to just control them. Also, OSOWOG initiative has been launched along with Britain. One sun, one world, one grid. That's a quite ambitious theme which aims at creating a green grid across the world. So that's India's foray into the climate leadership, and we have already seen international solar alliance achieving a lot what was to be required to promote this solar energy, because India's green woe is roughly revolving around you could say the solar woe only. So we need to take this project on priority. Ministry of New and Renewable Energy would be implementing this grand ambitious project which is sprawled around three phases. In first phase will be just focusing on South Asia and Southeast Asia and eventually Asian countries, and then in second phase we will extend it to Africa, and then the remaining, you could say, the America and Europe. So almost 140 countries can harness this solar energy through means of a grid, and the energy could be shared from energy rich zones to energy deficient zone. We do not get the solar energy around the year. That's it. Let's see how these things pan out. For the time being, we can laud India's firm commitments to climate action, and because a lot of countries were not expecting the developing country like India to take the lead and declare it net zero emissions. So now we can say that China has already declared its, you could say, the net zero emissions by 2060. Sweden is leading with 2045. UK has also announced, and European countries will also announce it around 2050. So make sure, no need to mug up all the specifics, but at least prepare the Indian part qualitatively. So I hope you got a fair idea of what India's commitments at COP26 are at the moment. If you have any specific queries, you can ask them in comment section. We will try to answer them. So wishing you all best of luck for upcoming mains preparation. We all know UPSC, HPAS, HCS, all three prelims results have been declared shortly, and mains are going to be held in month of December and January. So make sure all those who have made it to the next stage, they seize the opportunity, and all those who have not made, they should definitely invest their times in mains preparation. Sooner or later you will feel that it is going to pay you dividends. So thank you very much. Have a nice day.